There's a big fat one, a skinny one, and a medium-sized one.
I love Formula Drift. No stranger to drifting, no stranger to competition.
That guy stole my freaking ratchet wrench. I see that. That's mine.
He rejects your reality and inserted his own.
This is a stimulator, right?
Pilot. The pole petition.
Matt Shulman still on top with the 69.
Gotcha! Grip this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. How are we doing tonight, folks?
These seats are much better.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
These seats. They are. You're
Doing good.
right? Your tuchus is feeling good?
What happened to you?
So,
Your
I guess
wife,
we'll start
your
with
wife
that.
pushed
Yeah,
you
we'll start with that.
downstairs.
What happened? What's going on there?
Puerto Rican wife. No.
Oh, dude, careful
Chancleta.
there.
Yeah, no. I'm
Tread
just-
lightly.
Yeah. That's what I am now. So,
We really want to get into that first?
yeah, well, I mean, might as
We're
well.
already there.
We're already there.
We're here.
So basically, let me just, I'm going to give you the long version because we got time. As you guys know, I got the car running, took it for a test drive. I still need to get that video, by the way.
Oh, you cut the fenders.
This side, not the other side.
Oh, yeah,
the
I got to edit it for
Yeah.
you. Yeah, sorry.
So anyways, started up and pushed the clutch in. There's something, all kinds of noise going on in there. But so I took it around the block anyways. Made it around the block twice. But anytime I revved it over 2,000 RPM, the car would shake violently, almost like you're going over like you ever driving and like there's a stop sign coming, and you hit those little rumble strips, or you go off the road a little bit.
Yeah.
The car feels like that when it revs over 2,000. So at first I thought maybe it was drive shaft, but then when I'm rolling, I push the clutch in, coasting, rev it, and I feel it. Anyhow, the only thing I think of is the flywheel. Now I noticed I did look at the flywheel before I pulled the transmission off before trying to figure something else out, that there were no dowel pins on the flywheel. So the dowel pins usually center the pressure plate, right? And then you bolt the pressure plate to the flywheel. Anyhow, I noticed there were no dowel pins on there. And it was just basically bolted on. Now this is an Autosport Engineering adapter kit that I got from Chris from Jackson.
World famous.
World famous Chris Jackson. So I'm assuming, I was assuming that it's got to be something with the pressure plate. It's not balanced. The flywheel's not balanced because the only thing I have in the front is a power steering pump and an alternator, and I have a fluid damper, the crank pulley. So it's not going to be anything there. And even if it was missing on a cylinder, which it's not, it wouldn't vibrate that crazy. I mean, I've had cars that were missing on cylinders, and you're able to rev them above $2,000, and they don't shake the whole car. Anyhow, I took the pressure plate and flywheel. I was jacking the car up in order to take the flywheel and the pressure plate off to bring it to Jackson to see if he can get it to Autosport Engineering till we can get this figured out or have it balanced, whatever. So I have these what are they, the quick jacks.
Quick jacks, yeah.
So I had the quick jacks, and I guess because I had them, I don't know, sitting up there or whatever, I lifted the car up, and I went down once, and it seemed like one side was going down a little faster than the other, so I kind of went up and down a couple times thinking, I mean, I kind of saw it already.
Yeah.
So I started going up, and I was almost all the way up. I was like, it doesn't quite look right. Now, I usually lay down underneath the side of the car just to watch it go up to make sure everything's
Oh, yeah. When I
copacetic.
jack it up my car, I usually lay underneath it.
I don't lay underneath it. I was laying on the side. I was laying on the side of it, and I wasn't that close. I was like a foot or so away from it. So
Paul gets under there just to get a quick tan.
just a quick Anyways, the one side of the car shot down really quick, and the other side didn't. So as the car was coming down, the car did this. I was on this side. the quick jack goes on this side, shot out from underneath the car and hit me in the face.
Oh.
There was blood everywhere. It was on Tuesday night. My wife and my daughter, and we had a tutor over there for her, and they all come running, and I'm gushing blood all over my shirt and everything. And so, I hold putting pressure in to stop bleeding. I didn't want to go to the hospital. My wife made me.
So this is a lesson on why you should have a spotter. Paul.
Yeah. What
Why weren't you there, Paul?
He's not a good spotter.
I'd be like, you stupid idiot.
He'd be laughing.
What'd you do?
Yeah. He'd be giving me like salt water. Here, put this on it. Anyhow, so that's what happened to my face.
Oh, wow. The moneymaker, man. I'm telling you, like, what are you doing?
Well, he's had character.
Huh? Yeah, Scarface.
Scarface. Yeah.
I told my wife, I was like, too bad it
always
didn't
wanted to-
slash me like here too, and I just had this cool scar that went all the way down.
In your eye too.
You know, my-
Take
yeah,
out your
my
eye.
eye
Is that your bad eye?
It's my bad eye, so
coulda took it
it's-
out.
I
Come on.
could have lost that. It's fine.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to me. So I'm
You just
kind
get one
of
of those contacts now that like kind of like
all
fogs
white.
up your
Yeah,
eye.
yeah.
You
Anyway,
say.
yeah. So that's what happened to me.
Well, maybe you could sue Quick Jacks or something like that.
I doubt it.
Oh, I can see this as an operator error.
Hey, you never. There's no
Well.
such thing as operator error, man.
No, I mean, is it
Was there
really
a warning?
up there?
Well, there's a warning label.
That's
That's the way things are nowadays.
yeah. That's
You got a good lawyer?
I'm sure I do somewhere.
I could finish
Morgan
my
and
car
Morgan.
even faster. Morgan and Morgan. Anywho, so that's what
Yeah.
happened to my face.
okay.
Now, end result to taking out the flywheel, the pressure plate. The pressure plate is definitely not centered on
Well,
the
it
flywheel.
needs to be on dowels.
Right. Well, it's not on dowels, but
Well, it has to be.
like when you see like this side is dead flush on a flywheel, but this side is like almost like a 1/16 of an inch.
And also, you
in.
have rub marks.
And plus there's
Rub marks.
there's rub marks where you can see where it was hitting the bell housing.
Bell housing.
Oh my.
Yeah, so that's got to go back to Jackson or Autosport Engineering. And other than that, once I get that figured out, it's I think it's good to go to dyno. The wheels didn't fall off. What? You don't think so?
Good. Good. If it doesn't kill me next time.
Doesn't kill me next time. Well, I get it, but I'm saying, yeah,
Let's see if we
take
can
it
make it to the
around.
dyno.
If it doesn't, no, don't make it to the dyno. The brakes felt good, even though I didn't go that fast.
Hang on. I think what Paul's saying is that the car may make it to the dyno, but you may not make it to the dyno.
Oh, okay, yeah, I may not survive till then.
Think about it.
But even the pilot bushing
Bearing was
bearing
horrible.
adapter, it's like it's not even like I measured it. It's like oval.
Huh.
It's not perfectly round, and you could see like where it pushed into the
pinch.
engine. Like you could see where it actually was pushing in. Like I don't know. It's this ain't right. So
yeah, no.
Autosport Engineering. Thanks, Tony. So
Never sponsored.
Yeah, right?
well, I mean, hey, listen,
Was it the first one that he did? Oh, drop your phone.
Tim's dropping everything.
yeah. Well, yeah. So I do have to say this probably was one of the first ones he ever did, because this was like 5 years ago when this was put in.
trial.
So
Okay.
I don't know, but I didn't. And, Chris should have saw that, right? There's no dowel pins in there. Like, come on, right? Dowel pins center it. You don't center on the bolts.
Yeah, well, I don't know why. Yeah.
Now there's
Anyways.
holes for where dowel pins can go in, but the holes where the dowel pins can go in don't line up with this. Where the dowel pins would go. Yeah, it's like I'm like, well, there's actually holes like they could have put dowel pins in there, but then they don't line up. Anyways,
sure?
I mean, maybe I'll try spin it around, try different combinations, and see.
It's probably it's there's some-
Maybe he gave them the dowel pins, and they're supposed to tap the dowel pins in, and Chris's guys didn't do it.
maybe they ate them.
Maybe they ate them.
They're
They
like,
thought
Tic Tacs.
Tic Tacs. Hey,
These are metallic.
That's
Tic Tacs.
yeah, I don't know.
Chris
But even
can't-
this, like I said, this isn't round.
Chris doesn't buy the nice ones.
But that bread trick.
What bread trick? What are you talking
So
about?
yeah, so
That
if you need
is-
to get a pilot bearing out, right? So pilot bearings are impossible to get out. You have to get the little bearing remover, which is a pain in the ass. Bread. You just stuff bread in the hole, and you
Yeah.
use a bolt, and you hammer it, and you just keep on hammering the bread,
And
and
then
the bread goes behind that bread bushing and pushes the bushing
Pushes
out.
out. So as you're pushing the bread in, as you're pushing the bread in with the bolt, the bread is pushing the pilot bearing out.
Yeah,
And like, there's no way I would have got this out, like, because I couldn't grab on it if I and this is aluminum. If I would have went like with a screwdriver, it would have cracked this. It would have been destroyed.
It sounds insane, but you literally
Yeah.
stuff
Just
Wonder
keep-
Bread in there.
and if the bread kind of just keeps shoving more bread, I
Keep shoving bread.
use sourdough.
Oh,
I used sourdough. Worked great. Wonder Bread probably better, but I used sourdough. Threw that in, sucker in there, hammer it, and at first it wasn't working.
No, you just
but I
gotta
didn't
keep
have enough
going.
leverage, so I got a shorter bolt. And then once I started whacking it, the thing came out. I was like, that's like the best thing ever.
On my 350s or my G35, I tried everything, and I'm like, let me try this bread thing. And sure enough, boop, 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 bread
Comes right out.
win.
Yep.
You got to take all the bread out of the thing, but it worked.
It worked.
I have questions.
You have questions?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
what?
I mean, what kind of bread?
Any kind of bread.
I use sourdough. He used Wonder Bread.
Is it
You can
like
use hollow
whole
bread.
wheat bread?
You can use
No,
hollow bread.
Is
sourdough.
it white bread?
One slice of sourdough.
You can use anything.
a baguette,
Oh, but yeah,
perhaps?
you could. You still want crunchy bread.
Crunchy bread?
You want soft
You
bread.
want soft bread.
Soft.
Yeah. So like
So like-
challah bread would be really
like
eggy bread.
pan de agua or sabao. That would work.
Pan de agua.
Yeah, they don't. Oh, that's right. So in Puerto Rico, they make two different. You can get it pan de agua, which is water,
You could probably
or
use
sabao.
it
You can
tequeño.
get two different choices.
You could use a tequeño.
Depending on how they cook.
A couple tequeños.
Wait,
would
a
work.
pastry?
Yeah. Well, tequeño is
No, that's like cheese. No, you need a fluffy, like an actual bread, Cuban bread.
I think cheese would work too. I'm gonna try the cheese next time. Mozzarella,
Maybe.
Parmesan,
Parmesan.
a little provolone.
Anyways, just use bread.
Yeah, I never knew about
No,
this.
bread is
Worked
for the
well.
win. Yeah. A lot of people said use like really like bearing packing grease. Use that.
That's messy.
Yeah, that's what I did first, and I was like, oh, this is it was horrible.
Yeah,
and
bread.
I'm like, bread, just stuff the bread in
Clean.
there. Yeah, well, you got to get the bread out. It's like impacted bread in your
Yeah,
in your
but that's easy to
flywheel.
get out. That's easy to
Yeah.
get out. So
Yeah, just eat it.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Oh, for press bread.
Don't do that. Oh, gosh, you damn fool.
So yes, if you're looking to get your pilot bearings out and you don't have a puller, just use bread. It's way better than a puller.
yes.
But you need to have a bolt that actually fits the hole. So you got to find your,
See, like
your correct
look,
bolt.
that's tight there, right?
Yeah.
When I turn it this way, it's like
Holy cow, it's really
not,
loose.
yeah. It's like it's not even round.
Yeah. Not even round.
It's not even round.
Interesting.
My
So
stomach's wrong. Okay, so that's what I've been
that.
doing.
Oh, well, I mean, that's like I said, the more you know. I learn about bread. I learn about bolts. I learn about flywheels. I learn about quick jacks, and how the importance of having a spotter.
Yes.
Yes,
Spotter,
indeed.
Yeah.
A good spotter.
No matter what you're doing, always have a spotter.
Right, indeed. Okay, so to start things off, I guess officially, I kind of wanted to start off the main topic. I feel like
Main topic. What's that?
I'm getting there, Paul.
Okay.
All right. Is
Go.
Holley's Ellis Fest.
Oh,
over
that thing.
at
Yes. Forgot about that.
Bowling Green, Kentucky.
was it?
This
You been there
past
before?
weekend. Well, actually, the first person I wanted to throw this to, because this was his first year at Kentucky, it was Mr. Paul Murphy over there. So, Paul, talk to us about your first impressions.
Yes, talk to us.
Of Kentucky or
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Not Kentucky. LS
No,
Fest.
yeah, okay.
The
LS Fest? Great.
the weekend.
LS Fest, great. Kentucky, I don't know about.
Yeah, I'm sure. But
That was kind of
go
weird.
ahead.
But no, LS Fest really cool. A lot like it's crazy how many different things are going on. I think it's almost like God, what's that thing that's around here? No, Fuel Fest. It's almost like Fuel Fest, but amped up more because you have actually drag racing going on. You have a lot more things going on than just how Fuel Fest had, which I thought was better than like a Fuel Fest. So I thought it was pretty crazy. The only thing that's limiting it is that it's only LS engines.
But
But
was it
there's
really
so
limited?
many people. There's so many people there,
Right.
with LSs that it works. Like it just works. So I think it was pretty crazy to just see. I think Gabriel loved it too. Is like he sat at the drags most of the time. He was watching the drag strip, and I went over and watched the drag strip. So it's kind of cool to just go over there, walk the drag strip. You can go look at the cars that are kind of like show cars. You can look at the
Expo Center,
autocrossers.
the Expo Center.
They didn't have an Expo Center.
What do you mean? That is an Expo Center. The whole pit
an Expo
vendor
Center?
alley. You don't think that's an Expo
I
Center?
don't
What
know.
what is an
what's
Expo Center?
What's the vendor? I mean, so me, an Expo Center is like
what? What is in an
I
Expo
can't
Center?
tell you.
Oh.
Well, if I have to
okay,
guess,
go ahead.
it'd be an enclosed building
Right.
with air conditioning,
that's nice.
with displays and booths for people to actually go in,
relieve themselves.
Had they put all the vendors in a building that had air conditioning, then it would have been an expo setting.
Top notch. Top notch.
Okay. Well then, interesting.
No, I thought it was great, and I actually liked the burnout contest. I mean, some cars I thought were not worth it, but some of those cars were really, I think, cool burnout cars. So I think the 2 trucks really is what I thought were good. I think it was like a dark green one and a white one. Those ones were pretty cool. So I thought that was good. The drifting was great. Everybody did pretty well. Sad that we couldn't see the final battle for really what it was. I think Ethan Parnell would have gave
he was doing really good.
Darren in a hard battle, so it'd be interesting to see how that would have played out, but it's what it is.
Did it live up? I don't want to say this, but I can't word it any other way at the moment, but did it live up to the hype or the expectations that we described to you from the year before?
Yeah, the problem is I really didn't get to check out. I think it was way better than Las Vegas. Because that's another thing is I went to Las Vegas, so I kind of got the idea. So it wasn't like all new to me, but it was way better than Las Vegas because just the venues much better. Even though it's still a skid pad, I thought it was. It's not a skid pad. It's kind of.
It has an old.
It's weird. Like if you watch the stream, you're thinking that's just a skid pad, but you go and stand on there like, oh, this is not a skid pad.
Yeah, it's actually
this is like a weird, like got a bank, but then the inside's higher than the bank.
Yeah.
Very weird. Very interesting. I wouldn't want to know what it feel like falling off of that. I don't know. I didn't know how are those. Anyways, the autocrossers going across that, but. No, I thought it was pretty cool, and I wish I could have had more time to explore it, but I really didn't have any time.
I think one major omission between Vegas and Kentucky that you're forgetting about is the weather.
The weather, I mean the heat.
Right. How much cooler and more comfortable it was at Kentucky compared to Nevada.
The fact that we were in a
booth,
half freezing booth. Your legs were freezing.
Your legs,
your upper body sweating. It's like the weirdest effect that I've ever seen. Never had my legs freezing. I know next time I'll bring a burqa for my legs and I'll wear a tank top for my upper body. It's like I never had my feet so cold and my arms so hot. So that was interesting.
That was different.
That was the freaking like who thought of that?
What cracked me up is that every so often Paul would get up. Like actually, even before getting up,
I have to get up because my legs are so freaking cold. I have to rub my legs, get some blood flowing in there, and move. I know what next time I'm bringing some little ductwork to reroute that.
I was thinking about that.
I'm bringing some
boxes or something.
Some flex, and just not without the insulation, just tape it on there.
Yeah, and just
blow it somewhere, my face or somewhere. But anyways, no, I thought it was really cool. I really wish I could have dived more into the vendors because now that I have an LS, I'm like, oh, there's so much stuff that I can use and buy. So much more.
That's the advantage of going back there on. But a lot of those vendors leave on Sunday too, though.
Are you
sure? A lot of them were packing up already.
Yeah.
They do.
Okay.
No, I mean not all of them, but there are some that leave on Sunday. Saturday's the day to check the vendors.
Yeah, I wish I could have just hung out and enjoyed it. It is what it is. But still had fun. I would definitely do it again. Hopefully we get the option to do it again. I think I have some things I would like to get involved in and improve on for the next one, so that way you're not alone. What?
I just worry.
You're worried. Good God, what are you worried about?
Tim can back me up on this.
Improvement you speak of. What
are you talking about?
Oh, you know what we're talking about. Don't be so modest.
What's he talking? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, like you're like, oh, this spreadsheet is stupid. Let me make it better.
Oh, you're talking about me getting involved in changing things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't know. I just, there's some things I thought could be improved on, and I think I'm always looking for improvement. Every time that's how I work, is always constant improving. So
yeah,
trying to figure out how we can improve. So I thought the stream was amazing. I thought, it looked freaking professional as hell. You did a great job on the spreadsheet and the graphics for kind of automating all that. But I think we could make it easier on you with if I helped. I'm a little more technical than this man.
Yeah, I'm not technical at all.
You were yelling like crazy, dude. It was like
I was yelling.
It was so loud.
Not any more than
the thing is, I'm kind of used to it, so for me, I'm just like, oh, Tim's just talking at a regular level. I guess you can say.
Most of the time, I wasn't yelling. I mean,
It seemed so loud. But anyways, what was your favorite thing about Alice Fest this year?
My favorite thing is just getting to see everybody in, because that's the only time we really get to see them.
See everybody.
Like Jonathan, Aaron, Dirk Stratton. Just talk to just see everybody again, and just kind of like walk around the pits and look at other people's cars. Kind of like, I wonder, brainstorm, pick the brain. I was
You looked at
Eddie
E46.
Eddie Sadauskas.
Oh, his car? Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at his car, picking his
like
brain.
a carbon copy of yours, pretty much.
It is pretty much a carbon copy of mine, and he didn't have some of the things that Paul said everybody has.
Oh,
everybody has this.
What did I say?
Oh, snap.
Everybody has
did I
these
say?
things. You need to do this because everybody does it.
What did I say?
With the radiator setup.
Oh, the radio. Yes, you're right. He had exactly what you have.
Yep. And he said he doesn't overheat. So, I don't know. I still bought the stuff because my brother makes me paranoid when he says things. I should stop listening to him because he does it on purpose. But anyways, so that was cool. I liked the live stream. I really enjoyed it this time because when we ended, I think we all were just kind of like, that was good. It felt good.
Yeah.
Even though I yelled the whole time, apparently. But yeah, apparently it felt good. I mean, it felt good to me. I thought it went well. There are things that I need to work on. Yes, I need to work on a way where I can pull up the information on the drivers quickly.
Yeah.
And not have to rely on you or Paul because you guys got a bunch of other stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I have to figure out a way to streamline that where I can have... I don't need all the information, but I need at least their sponsors, something interesting that they say about themselves, why they're there, whatever it is.
That's my thing.
Where they're from, their car, and where they're from, and that's it.
That's my thing with the graphics. If I had my own computer and an Adobe suite, I could have done all the graphics without having you get involved at all. We wouldn't have to do that setup that you have either.
I wanted to touch on that quickly because it's just so funny that it wasn't until like after the whole event finished that I realized and remembered that like Paul has some graphical background. Like he has experience to that. I had completely forgotten about it because he hasn't done any sort of graphical thing or
in your memory
to keep that in mind. So when he was doing all of this stuff, I was like, oh yeah, he used to do all this stuff.
Yeah, I just don't have a computer now. If we really,
you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You could
bring my desktop.
Your simulator.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My desktop.
Your rig could be.
If this is something that we get signed up for next year, like if they call us this winter and tell us that I'm gonna buy a laptop, and I'll get Adobe on it, and I will actually run the graphics for real, like actually have real graphics.
So you're saying the graphics weren't real?
No, I'm saying I'm saying we can add some automation, some animation. We can do some switching as far as transitioning and stuff like that. So I'm willing to kind of put more effort into it.
I like the transition that you had where the red would cut across. It was a nice smooth transition in between.
No, like I said,
really good.
Ben did a great job making it so that it can be ran by him. That's what I'm saying.
He had to, right.
No, that's what it basically was. All I was putting in his text. I'm like running graphics.
Oh,
like if you watched, if you're watching what we did is more of like what Jeff did for his setup.
Jeff who?
Jeff.
With not Project Prime.
I know what you're talking about. Okay,
but
for some reason, I was thinking of Jeff Jones for whatever reason.
It's not like how Sway and Matt did. Sway had just Adobe there, and he was loading graphics as an overlay, right? So that's what we could do, I guess, as well. But what you did is more like Jeff, where you have me inputting stuff, just information, and it's prompting the graphics, right?
I think that's good. I think that's a good way to do it.
No, it's good because you can just have anybody do it.
Right.
Yeah, right. And that's what kind of think Jeff's idea is, that have anybody fill in this information and it'll swap the graphics around. I think it worked well. I mean, it looked professional.
All the pictures came out good. And when
I thought
watched,
the pictures were great. I thought that was like so. I'm like, why can't other people get pictures? Like we did that so fast.
yeah, the drivers' meeting. Nick's like, all right, everybody get in line. They're gonna take pictures.
Like we got a picture of everybody, and it was cropped out perfect. It looked great on the screen. I think we can probably upsize your graphics a little more.
Yeah,
but
I watched it on my TV. When you watch it on a TV, you're like, oh, the graphics really aren't. They could be when you do the decision. It'd be nice to have them bigger. Mm-hmm. But when they're actually going, I think it was fine. When you watch on your phone, it's really.
I think
small.
the bottom graphics when they displays the front when the drivers are coming up, that's fine. The top graphic could be a little bigger, and I think yes, the
decision graphics can be bigger. But I mean, when you watch on the TV, I was like, oh, that looks good. Yeah. And then Luke Fink was like this. It was cool to see people like make like faces and stuff because they pop up. So that was cool. I thought that worked out well.
No, I thought it was crazy how quick and easy that was. I'm like. Well, this is like a no-brainer.
I think there's only one time
you could have anybody could take after like you got to be right before practice, have a driver's meeting, get them all done. I mean, they're not gonna. It's not that big of a difference, you know. So it doesn't need to be professional. I did it with a freaking iPhone. I didn't need no professional camera. It's like God.
Yeah, and we did it quick.
It's simple. It's better than a silhouette. A blank silhouette or just a random image.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If ever we don't have a picture, we got to put like Squidward or SpongeBob or like the Banana Man. We got to do that. You can't just put. I don't think the steak is good. I think you got to
mix it up.
Yeah, mix it up.
To kind of talk about a little bit about the live stream and I don't even know if we could even speak about this in detail, but there was. So something happened before the start of the event that affected the internet at the premises.
Yeah.
And there was something that happened that affected it. We can't really divulge the details, but because that happened, that prompted me to like change the setup. And because the setup was different, then I hadn't really I sort of tested it, but it didn't. I was like, okay, we're just going to go this way and see how that works out. But it sort of like kind of failed pretty bad for qualifying on Friday.
But, okay, It crashed during a crash. Like, it couldn't have got any better, right? Like, if it was something bad was going to happen, it could not have been any better time for us.
It immediately took me back to what happened in Texas. Remember how in Texas there was a crash that occurred and... The image went bad. Like something went wrong with the stream.
Well, no,
and it was because of the generator.
Yeah, the generator kept shutting off on us.
Right. So it was just a weird coincidence that when the crash happened in Texas, the generator went down, which messed up the stream.
The crash happened here.
And then the crash happened here, and then it was just kind of like messing things up. But
but then it was the internet. The internet is not so great, right? So out there. So that was a problem. But I think for general thing, it was pretty well. I mean, the best thing that you probably could put out in that area. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that subscribed, that watched.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, we got 100 freaking subscribers.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. I appreciate cool. that. Help us get to that mark where maybe we can get 50 cents a year.
Well, hopefully grow the audience and bring in more drivers and be able to be a larger mouthpiece for the drivers, right?
Yeah, yeah. Right. And our focus has always been on the grassroots, right, guys, anyways. So,
but I definitely want to commend you guys for, like, for instance, like the photos. I had to, completely forgotten about it because I was caught up with so many other things. And then when you guys had it ready, I was like, wait, what? What's going on? Mm-hmm. Like, you had something, okay, I guess. So then I had to quickly scramble for that. And then when I actually saw it didn't happen, I was like, wow, I was blown away.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I was really impressed and happy and thrilled and grateful that you guys took the initiative to kind of like set that up. And not only that, followed through with all of the other drivers because you couldn't get it. There was 2 drivers that you couldn't get, JJ Alfano and Jonathan Nairn.
We eventually got Jonathan Nairn.
No, it wasn't Nairn. It was okay.
You got Jonathan Nairn.
But it was Jerry Spiegel.
Yeah, I didn't get Jerry Spiegel.
Aaron Spiegel?
Aaron Spiegel. Sorry, No.
Jeremy Spiegel.
Probably Jeremy
Ringler.
Oh, yeah, there's a Ringler,
Jeremy
yeah.
Ringler. Jeremy
Yeah.
Ringler.
Yeah, but you also didn't have Nairnin either because Aaron showed up late. So
Yeah.
you got JJ and Nairnin. Then you got Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember Naren because I remember Paul screaming at you saying, you forgot Naren.
Yeah.
He wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was there. Yeah, he was there. I did get Naren.
You got Nairnin.
I got
didn't.
Naren after. That's right. I had to go back down. They had another driver's meeting. That's when I got Naren. Yeah. And then you're like, you didn't take the picture. Rah, 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 rah.
I didn't get far away enough. But either way, it worked out great. And I was like, this is so easy. Like, why do we not have everybody's picture? And it looks like now.
How can you not have everybody's picture?
Yeah.
If you're going to do a live stream, you should be able to do it, right?
Photos, man.
It kind of really depends on the program and depends on the execution of it. I think it really comes down to like the program they utilize to do it.
Yeah.
I say that because there's like the different programs have a different way of doing it. It's just kind of not having the know-how to be able to put it all together, I guess.
You know
could
what?
say.
You know what I thought though is when I was watching back the live stream, seeing how many people were commenting just on the burnout contest. I mean, it would be crazy, but I feel like that whole entire thing should be broadcast.
The whole event?
The whole event, like they should do
The whole burnout portion of it, or
Burnout,
the drag strip.
the drag strip, the autocross,
Nah, not the autocrossing.
the autocross. Yes,
Nah,
the
not the
autocross.
autocross.
I'm not saying we do it. I'm just saying
Oh.
they could probably get a lot of people.
What they
watching.
need to do is they need to do live stream the whole thing,
Not
but
for
have
every
it,
event,
but have
but
it on
just for
multiple
that
channels. So you have a LS Fest drag racing channel, so you can go to whatever action you want to watch. You go to the live stream through the drag strip. You can't do one live stream and watch everything, or you
one
do
live
it like
stream
a
for each
show.
area.
Right. One. Yeah, and you can
That's
just
what
go
I'm
back
saying.
and forth from.
You have the drag strip, and then
You say, "Oh, I want to go see what's on the drag strip." You watch the drag
Yeah.
strip. Then you want to go watch the road course. You watch the road course. The drifting.
Well, the drifting and road course is the same thing.
Yeah, and then you can have somebody just walking around the car show and
Just walking around the car.
showing.
This
Hey,
is
people
the
want
car
to see
show
that. Like,
cam.
people are not. People want to see that.
Yeah,
You'd be surprised how many people want to
I think
watch a car show.
It was a lot of people were commenting just on the burnout, which I thought was interesting. So it was like,
Yeah.
I think it could, doing a whole live stream may benefit them.
Actually, because I was telling him earlier, I was over in Naples and I met up with Nick with
Sparks Beach Up.
Sparks Beach Shop, and actually that's one of the things I meant to tell you. He said, you guys should think about clean culture. He'd be surprised how many people would want to watch a live stream of one of the clean culture events. I couldn't make it. He goes, you may want to reach out to Clean Culture and say, hey, listen, you want us to come out and live stream the event, go around, interview drivers, and do like a 2-hour live stream.
The CMD thing,
right. That's what I was going to bring up is that
Clean
Catch My
Culture-
Drift
CMD.
and Clean Culture for their
Catch My Drift.
Yeah,
is-
but they
is-
don't live stream the car shows.
they don't live stream the car show, but they do live stream the drift competition.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Clean Culture isn't only they don't only do stuff with CMD. Clean
No,
Culture,
right.
they're two separate entities. When they're in that area and they're doing drifting, Joe does their drifting events.
Irvin.
Yeah. But when they come down to Miami, they go to Orlando, you don't see there's no Catch My Drift.
No.
They don't do that. I'm just saying I'm not saying live streaming the drifting, I'm talking about live streaming the car
Go
show.
live stream U.S. Drift Circuit.
We've done that before.
No, I'm just saying, just show.
Oh, you mean just so? That's another thing is that he was saying. That's what Nick was saying. He was like, "Why don't you just go to other events?" So if they're doing, he goes, multiple people cover. When you watch football, it's not just one channel; it's multiple channels, right? You have multiple medias covering an event. Do you not?
Well, hang on.
Look
you
at soccer.
Have, you have one channel that is dedicated to broadcasting the game.
No. You
Wait,
could watch
what?
it on Fox. You could watch when you watch a football game. You could see the same game on ABC. You could see it on Fox. You could see it on multiple networks.
about that.
You have NFL. Yes, yeah, you have NFL Network. You're going to tell me that every game is only exclusive to one channel? No, there's not that many channels.
Well, it depends on the game, sir. Because sometimes you have some of the local affiliates, the local stations that will do that. Like, for instance, the Panthers. Mm-hmm. They'll broadcast onto like a specific channel on some of the games that aren't on like Fox or any of those major channels.
Well, so that's not true because Telemundo does it. right? They do it for the Spanish speakers. No, you watch a soccer game. You're gonna tell me that all those different broadcasters and announcers are only filming through one channel, one network? No.
Okay, so then you have the so-called sister companies, because remember, NBC and Telemundo are under the same company, so they can get away with broadcasting the same game with one being English and one being Spanish.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't know if it's only true that only one network is allowed.
You're gonna have a hard time showing up to the place without getting like their approval. Just trying to live stream.
Pull up in the truck with the whole rig and everything. Like, all right, we're set. All right, let's do this.
Cover the event. I mean, I don't think so. I think that a lot of the events that they get covered by multiple networks.
I like the idea, right? But I just don't know. Can you imagine going to a Formula Drift? Let's live stream.
Why not? Why
do
not?
our own announcing? We should.
People do. People live stream.
We should so do that.
And just set up an announcing booth and just get our own drones and our own camera guys, our own judges,
right?
Take over the event.
Take over the event.
This is a real takeover.
That would be interesting. That'd be pretty funny. Oh my gosh,
takeovers. That's what we got to do.
They'd kick us out quick.
Yeah, exactly.
We can have our own drivers meetings.
Yeah, Andy's. Oh my gosh, I could just imagine. I can already hear Andy Suck yelling. Yeah. What can you do?
You guys are too much.
I thought that could be crazy. Drift takeovers.
Yeah.
Taking over the event. Just come in there.
Live stream takeover.
Have our judges. That was an 82.
We judge the whole thing like independent.
Yeah, independent.
And we go, hey, call the line. Hey, actually, Chelsea lost that one. Well, you know, we just don't. No. Chelsea lost.
Chelsea. That'd be interesting.
Man,
who was the guy they battled that they told him to pack a trailer? He actually won.
Stookie.
He actually may go against him tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the way the bracket's set up supposedly.
Oh, wow.
If Stookie wins his battle and Chelsea wins his battle, they fight. They go against.
Oh, they fight. Yeah,
exactly. They battle.
They throw down.
Fight.
So tomorrow is going to be the
pack of stuff at the
You're going to want to watch that because that'll be interesting.
That'll be interesting.
Okay. Let's go back to
Okay,
LS Fest. That was a crazy tangent.
That was a tangent.
But
that's what we're good for.
I do want to give a shout out to Nate from Daily Driver Media.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Big time.
Yeah, popped in and this was like, hey, you guys want to give me a cable? And I was like, sure, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hooked up to his camera and got his feed from the platform, which was right by the
somebody
final
that actually
turn.
live streams Formula Drift.
That's what I'm saying.
He actually live streams Formula Drift.
He does.
The practice.
Yeah.
He doesn't live stream the comp?
No, he doesn't live stream the comp. No. The practice he broadcasts, but he popped in, and then the biggest. I don't know. See, that's the thing. Like, there's some things. Whatever. I don't want to mention it because. But Baymax, yeah,
Baymax was
yeah,
great.
he popped in. It was a bit of a struggle just trying to get him, because he was all over the place.
Yeah, he was a busy man.
And once we finally got him, we're like, hey, all right,
Yeah.
we need you. And so we handed him a cable, plugged in, was good to go. We had a drone.
Yeah,
There was a situation that happened. I don't know if you midway through top 16. If you look at the drone footage, you'll notice like a noticeable difference in the quality of it.
Yeah.
Something
You know
happened.
why, right?
Oh, I know why.
Okay.
All right. But something happened, and that incident was I guess you could say, cost him a
lens.
Yeah, a lens.
Mm-hmm.
Cost him a lens. So that's why the footage just looks a little bit distorted or like out of focus.
It goes that's how Tim sees that whole blurriness.
There's like left eye,
That's exactly
right eye.
how Tim sees.
Wait, really?
The first
That's how he
half was
sees.
left eye. The second
That's
half
why
was
you can't
right.
drive at night because it looks like star.
Like all this glare?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what it looks like.
You ever
at
gone
nighttime.
to like when they have like Christmas lights and then you go and you're driving through and they give you these glasses
Yes.
that just
That's
add
what
the
his
glare.
eyes look like.
That's what my right eye looks like when I'm looking at night.
Oh, my.
Like everything is just all this glare. when I'm driving at night, if I'm driving in the left lane, there's a lot of oncoming traffic.
He basically converted.
Like I can't even see the barrier. Like I have to. Yeah, it's.
He converted his camera to Tim's eye.
Yeah.
It's Tim Vision.
Well, it's left eye versus right eye.
Tim Vision. Tim Vision. If you ever wanted to see what it's like, Tim, to look at the cars,
that's why I hate. That's why I hate driving and race, like drifting at night and stuff too.
Oh,
I can't see too well at night.
Oh my.
So he wrecked his lens, but man, I think he was a really good drone pilot, and he also got the cars where we wanted, in the frame where we wanted them. So it was interesting to have him landing in the back as like a runway, like a landing strip.
And so that staircase needs to be replaced.
I'll tell you what, I think when Pat left. Judging early, and then he flew back. You heard Pat like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, really?
He's like, "Oh man, I almost hit somebody." And I'm like, "That was Pat."
Yeah.
Oh man.
Spectators coming in the booth.
Yeah.
Hey,
man.
can you
I need a
ask
Corvette
everybody?
alternator.
I need
alternator.
a alternator for a Corvette this year. I'm like, we're doing a live stream. Like, yeah. Can you
That
announce
was the
it?
weirdest thing. A Corvette alternator, LS. They're all the same. Hell, the alternators are the same.
He was giving me like specific years, and
There's no year.
I don't know. I don't know the engine. So, but I was like, why are you like? That made no sense whatsoever. He was trying to get us to announce it to the audience to say,
Hey, everybody, just so you know,
we got somebody looking for an alternator.
Even though there's multiple vendors over there selling alternators, multiple different types of alternators. Yeah, there was like booths and booths of people selling all alternators, batteries, everything that he could have just grabbed and put on his car.
And then the other guy was like, and he was shaking. He was mad. He's like, Can you tell us what car it is? We don't know their names. We don't know who's driving what. Just announce the car. I was like, yeah, okay, we'll do it. He was like, I don't know who's winning. I don't know who's driving what.
We don't know who's
We don't
winning.
know. Can you please announce the car with the driver? I'm like, okay. Got it. And then Ben was like, the Corvette, Cotty Dubster with the Corvette.
He didn't tell the color. He didn't say the color.
Well, he did after that guy. Then Ben did. Every time he announced a winner, he would say the car too.
It's just he's right in a sense.
Yeah.
I can't really fully blame him. His approach could have been different.
Goes, he gets out of the grandstands, walks down, walks up the stairs, tries multiple rooms, finds us in the booth, opens the door in the middle of the show. It says,
that's Kentucky.
Yeah, that's Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Just like, I'm like, okay, man, okay, we're like in the middle of something here. Good thing you have those buttons that we can mute ourselves.
Yeah. Oh man.
You imagine the radio stations around there?
Oh my gosh, they locked their doors. Security guards.
Yeah, it was like security guards, freaking bouncers.
Yeah. And there was almost a fight.
There was a fight.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the girl
was throwing stuff. Yeah, it was funny.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It was one of those like, how dare you?
It was a packed. I mean, the bleachers are packed. I mean, everybody's watching the drifting. Actually, I really wish they would do the drifting earlier.
Yeah.
Because they lose. I think a lot of people want to watch the drifting, and they do it so late, but they go home.
Yeah. No, there's people in the chat that said, "Hey, I just had to leave because it was getting late. But it's great that I can watch the rest of it on here."
Yeah.
No, it would have been better to do it a little earlier.
But hey, it's not our call. At least the top 32s.
The burnout contest should be the last thing.
Yeah,
but that's not going to happen though.
No, because they want to make sure everybody sees the burnout competition. Yeah. You know, the drifting is still kind of like the redheaded stepchild.
Redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, but it's been like that for many years.
Yeah,
from what I heard.
mean, the autocross gets most of it. It's quite a good amount of
You
it.
mean
Is
all
all
the time?
Autocross. Yeah, the time.
Yeah,
the time and the
they
track.
got a ton of time. Yeah.
So they should put them at last at night. Nobody watches anyways.
Yeah. Them kids. It was like there's only like 5 of them that actually do any good. The rest of them are like so bad. I was telling Ben, like, if he took out that Chrysler, he probably could have put like a top 10 qualifying lap with the Chrysler.
Oh, the minivan.
The Pacifica. He
Oh,
could have
no,
put
yeah.
a
The one that I rented.
yeah.
The rental.
He could have.
Should have.
He could
Can
have.
you do that next time?
Well, no, because it's not LS powered.
I'll tell you what. If we bring
Think
my
about
car,
it. If
no, this is what I want to do. is if my car is running and we actually bring it there next Kentucky, we're entering my car into
The
autocross, and you'll let you drive it. I'll fix the seat, and we got to beat like at least the top 10. We got to beat at least the top 10.
We'll get some nice grippy tires for you.
Yeah. I'll fix the wide strap. I'll add Ackerman. So
There you go.
And then
one very special request: can you make the seat adjustable?
That's what I'm saying.
Not like the E30.
No.
You
It'll
know?
be adjustable. Put some pads on the back of you too. But I would let it be hilarious to see the drift car beat some of those guys because those guys were so slow.
Yeah.
They were so slow.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It was so bad. And then there were some guys that are really good too. So
that 240Z,
that wide body thing.
Take that car and make that a drift car.
beautiful.
That thing was amazing, and it moved like it had some power.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
That was my favorite road course car.
240Z. Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
The
They had a
wide bodies.
G35 with it, Alice. Did you see it?
Oh no, I didn't.
I meant to point it out to you, but like we were so busy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I didn't really get to check out all this stuff. It was a lot. You know what they need is some better food.
Yeah.
Better food.
Hey, we warned you. Tim and I warned you.
We didn't eat that.
All right.
It's like you know what's the best thing was the corn dog.
Yeah. Well,
It's like it was sitting like it
because
tastes
they
like corn
don't
dog.
make it there. They just heat it up.
It was like I never
Well,
had.
you didn't like. You said the ribeye sandwich wasn't too
It's
bad.
just weird. This is weird. Like who? Like it's like your ribeye. You think like prime rib is ribeye, right? It's the same thing.
Right, nice, juicy,
So like,
thick.
yeah, this is the chips. Like imagine slicing a prime rib like the thin as a chip, and then putting it on a
potato
piece
chip,
of
you mean?
yeah, then a potato
Yeah,
chip.
uh-huh.
It's very thin ribeye.
It's almost like a steakum.
It's like it's like
One big
steak
slice of steakum.
on just a piece of bread
Yeah.
with nothing on it. But just like the bread doesn't even match like the sandwich. It's like.
Let me ask you this: How long did he have to wait in line to get it?
Oh, that wasn't in.
No, I did it. I did. Actually, it wouldn't take
That
too
line
long.
wasn't
Oh,
big.
okay.
That one, the ribeye sandwich station wasn't really doing too much.
Oh, okay.
No,
It
it's
was
fine.
the nacho cheese places that were doing a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of
Wasn't too
business.
bad. Wasn't too bad.
But
Well, that's good. I mean,
just-
that's much better than what we experienced last year because we had to wait like 30 to 45 minutes
Yeah,
in
that was
line
bad.
to just order. And then once we order, we're like, oh, okay. I mean, finally, it should be worth the wait. And once we got it and started consuming, we're like,
yeah, no, that's yeah, no, it's your best. And even that barbecue place. Oh my god, that place wasn't great either.
The one we drove to?
Yeah, that one.
You didn't like it?
Oh, I didn't like it.
Wait, which
it wasn't
one?
Good. The one you supposedly went to when you had your.
You went by yourself. We went with
Grand
Diana.
Escapade.
oh, Smoky.
Something. Yeah. Diana took us there.
Okay.
And when we
Why
were
did
stuck,
you go there?
I don't remember.
What the heck is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
he was on a secret mission.
Yes, your mission.
He doesn't remember if he really was there or not.
Yeah.
He was meeting a contact. An informant.
Exchanging information.
Right.
Anyways,
Yeah, I one of the things that I did want to mention is that I was not only appreciative of the work of everybody involved. I mean, like I share Paul's sentiment that we were just so busy the whole weekend that I even felt like we didn't get to experience or enjoy the event this year, like Tim and I this year as we did like last year. Because last year
you
we
didn't have a live stream, right?
Right,
You
exactly.
could
We
hang
just
out.
announced and we walked around, checked the venue, checked the vendors, and like most of the things that the event had to offer. We got to do that. But this time around, like for me, for instance, I felt like I was just
Flew by.
there in the booth like throughout the whole weekend. There was like very few times that I actually stepped out to do anything else. And if it was me to step out, it was to either get content or the only notable thing was the Thursday night cruise that we went out to do. And then the other thing was the two interviews that we got, Jonathan Aaron and Dirk Stratton. And then other than that, I don't remember anything else.
Yeah.
Well, just running back and forth just to get some things like the extension cord and other than that. But
the interviews worked out great. Like they timed out right in time. I mean, everything just really flowed really well. Like, and we did talk about how like they were going such fast pace, and this isn't this wasn't a production, right? This wasn't meant to be a live stream production like Clutch Kickers or Formula Drift, where everything has to be timed, or we want to catch everything with the live stream. This is more like we did a live stream around the event, versus the event having to
like announcing the winner. We didn't like they were just announcing the winner, go to the next one. Announce the winner, go to the next one. We were just trying to keep up with their flow, so it's not like they waited for us at all.
No, it wasn't. Like I said, we went around them, and sometimes we're announcing the winners before the replay was done.
Yeah.
Right, which is fine because it just keeps the event going. I mean, we did what, a top 16 in an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it should be, right? Most sports games are about an hour and a half. These 4 or 5 hour live streams, I'm saying, are like, it's just
Qualifying
too much.
sessions?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it's just too much. You know, an event shouldn't be more than an hour and a half to 2 hours, 2 hours max. You know, I think otherwise it's too much.
Yeah, the only reason why the top 16 stream was that long is because it included the burnout competition. Like, if you ignore the burnout competition...
Yeah, it's like the actual top 16 starts halfway through the video. Halfway through the stream.
Well, it starts at like 30 or like 50 minutes, right?
It's like an hour and a half. Because you have all the cleanup, everything. He did the timestamps. It's 3 hours, and we do top 16 in an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's what I said. We did top 16 and a half. What are you talking about?
It's a 3 hour stream.
I know it's a 3.
So that's halfway.
It a 3 hour stream?
Go take
I don't know about that math.
I mean, you know, I'm
3 divided by 2
I'm considering the source. I'm considering the source.
Oh, you don't believe my math?
It was 2 hours and 46 minutes, so it wasn't 3 hours. Just saying.
Woo! Oh, my Lord.
Oh, he really got you there, Paul.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about. So what the timestamps are here somewhere.
He put the timestamps if you look at the description.
Yes, I got it right now. Timestamps are so pre-show at 55 minutes. Top 16 started an hour and 20.
Yeah,
Not an hour and a half, so you're wrong.
You're wrong. 10 minutes.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Wrong is wrong.
Okay, I think I was closer.
Get your facts straight.
Yeah, pal.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, half an hour.
But the pre-show started at 55 minutes. So the pre-show started at 55 minutes.
Yeah.
Which was about a 25-minute pre-show, which is about right. You always want to go about a half hour before the comp starts.
Yeah. No, that's what, if you look at Formula Drift, that's what they do.
Yeah. So it was, but it was just over an hour. It's like an hour and 10 minutes for the top 16 competition from start to the final battle.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it should be.
Dirk lighting that flower on fire. That was freaking awesome.
Yeah, another Corvette. Lighting the all-purpose flour on fire.
Yeah.
They should use coffee creamer.
Wait, coffee creamer?
It's not the same thing. It's more flammable.
Really?
It's more flammable. Yeah, coffee creamer. So you ever like watch magicians and they do that big flame thing? They use coffee creamer, powdered coffee creamer.
Huh.
Yeah, flour doesn't do that. But if they use,
did. What are you talking about? You saw that?
Yeah, but coffee creamer would be more.
I don't know where they're going to get buckets full of or barrels full of coffee creamer.
We'll find it. Can you imagine that?
I thought it was crazy. Yeah,
That's the same thing that happened at U.S. Drift with what's his face?
Was it Louis Lons that did it?
No, it was effing hard guy.
Oh, it was Fozera, I think?
Yeah.
Nogueira.
Yeah, I think it was him.
Yeah.
It's Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyhow, I think that's what live stream should be, around that hour and a half range.
Right, and the thing is that
32.
the thing that worked against us was just being delayed by the burnout competition, because not only did they have to do the burnout competition, but then they were insistent of getting this last car to be a part of the burnout competition. I was just like, okay, whatever.
Which is what caused all the leaking problems.
Right. It went out, did its thing, and then all of a sudden ruined the whole track with all the fluids that it ejected from the vehicle, the engine, and it was a huge cleanup.
We could have been at a normal place and not eating at that weird place we ate at, freaking Roosters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The top 32 took an hour and 20 minutes. Qualifying took a while because of the accidents.
Yeah.
That sucked. But then again, we did 40-something drivers, 2 runs each.
Yeah.
So not too bad. But yeah, if there wasn't so many accidents, that would have been much quicker. Because some of those accidents took a while to clean up.
Yeah. I just think that without the burnout competition sort of delaying things. We could have had a top 16 introduction. We could have had time to do the award ceremony, be able to, do the whole thing where Jonathan Aaron takes the win. Shout out to Ethan Parnell for his effort, and then Luke Fink coming from Australia.
Doing a lot with a little, right?
Yeah.
What happened?
Luke Fink doing a lot with a little.
Oh, yeah.
Just that it's not really much in that Corvette.
That was almost a stock Corvette.
It's a stock Corvette with a cage and a livery, and maybe some GK Tech stuff, but that's about it. So, and he's putting it on the door of 1,000 horsepower cars. It's like crazy.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
So, good to watch.
Couldn't imagine what he would do in a really well equipped car.
Oh, we'll see if he does make it over to the States, then I'm sure we'll see it.
I mean, that's if he really wants to, though.
I don't know. I hear
He's got a track
rumors
over there, so
yeah, we'll see.
yeah, I don't know. Interesting. But who else did we see at that event that I was pretty? Jack Davis looked good. What's his name? Jack Davis. Yeah.
With the BMW.
Yeah, BMW.
Yeah.
Scotty D. Scotty D really surprised me. I thought he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, he did really well. He did really well.
Did really well.
Jake Wise was doing pretty good too, and
Jake Weiss. Yeah.
Butasov with the pink
Yeah.
S. He was ripping.
Yes.
He was
that car
ripping.
was insane.
The amount of smoke that he was putting down on the track,
He was
that
ripping.
was freaking nuts. Yeah.
that took me by surprise.
Even JJ Alfano for the car that he had, that car can't be. It's
Set up right. Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be difficult to get that thing around track. He did pretty good, but yeah, I think Butasov was the stick out driver for me. Like I was like, wow, that guy's freaking ripping it. He was ripping it.
The amount of smoke that came off that car was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there was a lot of good drivers, a lot of cool cars, a lot of nice cars. That was pretty cool.
Anything going on with your car?
No, but I'm really gonna work on it.
You're inspired.
It kind of got me back in the
Got the bug.
need to get the car going. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna start working on it tomorrow and try to get it that engine bay done so that way I can.
Okay.
You can
Stuff
do it,
moving.
Paul. Just keep thinking about all those autocrossers. Utilize that as motivation, sir.
That's what I was like. I wish somebody from the drift event would just come over and drive against them. And Ben is like a freaking great grip racer.
Yeah.
He let Ben in the car and like I said, if you could drive the Pacifica, I bet you would do like a 39.
This is what I'm saying. Is that with the Pacifica, I could probably do it at the Mo Party because they're having that this weekend. But I could enter that. But
We're not go there.
I would have to get a Tahoe or Suburban, which would be treading on the line of safety and craziness.
We're going to go to Ford Fest. What can you rent at Ford Fest?
Maybe a Ford Edge.
No, why don't you just get a Mach-E? Get a Mach-E, dude.
Yes.
You'll roast those dudes.
Yes.
You will roast those dudes.
There's plenty of room in those, so I'm okay with that. I just don't like Tesla.
You will roast those dudes.
Dude,
You will
Oh my God.
annihilate those dudes.
that is like a huge light bulb in my head.
Because
Wow.
you've seen Chelsea drive the thing. It drives great.
Yeah.
It handles great. Chelsea loves it. That's the reason he drives them.
And you can even pick Chelsea's brain on, hey, how do I set it up to, I'm going to do the autocross.
No, I'm not gonna bother him. I'm just gonna go out with a stock rental Mach-E. I gotta sign the insurance form just to make sure. And then it's wow, that's a great idea. I never
telling
thought
you,
about that.
That
It's
Mach-E
funny
would
'cause-
have enough horsepower to really freaking do something.
yeah. It would. The thing is, it's funny though because when I was looking over the car to rent and I was looking at the options, the Mach-E popped up. I kid you not. But then immediately, I so wanted to hit book, but immediately I was just like, no, Tim, I don't want to torture Tim again.
The only thing that'll make it worthwhile is if you got to talk to Nick. Say, Nick, I'm thinking about this because you gotta say, hey, listen, I want to do a couple laps on the autocross with the Mach-E. See what he says.
That'd be wild. That'd be absolutely wild.
Is that a Mach-E?
Yeah, from Avis.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna have to cover the tank. Why'd you say that, Tim?
Now they're gonna
Avis?
I just does
Avis
hurts.
is
Maybe
watching.
hurts. I don't know. Could be an Enterprise for all I know. I don't know who you're gonna pick.
Exactly. That's the
You know,
thing.
I have a connection with Enterprise. We actually should do something with Enterprise just the next, in the future. I have a connection with Enterprise.
Oh, okay. I'll try to keep that in mind.
We can get a shuttle
The
next time.
more you know.
Do. But yeah, going back, yeah, one of the things is that I'm happy that I think everybody, the whole group, the Drift Sessions group, if you even want to call it that, we all got together and kind of was like, okay, what, like Friday we saw was wrong, what we needed to fix, and then we just like, okay, let's make it better. And I think if you look back at the streams, like from top 32 to from qualifying to top 16, you'll see improvements.
Yeah.
And top 16 for me, like just everything fell in line. Even though there were like small quirks
this
here
was
and
the
there.
biggest live stream that or like production wise, as far as moving parts that we've done since we did the first round of U.S. Drift Circuit.
Right.
The first round of U.S. Drift Circuit, that was probably the same as this. Almost. We had one more camera, but for the most part, it's pretty close. You had screen graphics. You had judges. You had replay.
No.
You think that was more, or do you think this was more?
No, this was more for sure. Absolutely for sure. Those was way
all
more.
you had was like a corner banner, like a corner icon. I think is what we had.
Okay.
He wasn't displaying. I don't think you were displaying.
No, what happened
what happened was there was certain packages that were available. I'm serious. There were certain packages that were available, and it was like like a buffet, and they wanted this and they wanted that. There were some things that they didn't want, so it was different. Yeah. That's what happened. Remember?
Well, I remember. Yeah.
How the driver picture package cost?
Well,
I'll tell you what, didn't take much.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's part of the checked in package for the Drift Sessions live stream. So you remember, you got the carry on, you got the checked in, and then you got
we haven't done the full road trip one yet.
Oh yeah, the road trip one.
That's the real deal, Holyfield.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once we start bringing a car out there, then
that's the road trip one. Yeah,
road trip.
Right.
I just don't want to do that to Las Vegas. Ooh.
Yeah, Las Vegas. Ooh, buddy.
Nah,
Texas
that's a drive.
Kentucky's not bad. Kentucky was only 14 hours, 15 hours.
Mike.
15 hours, 14 hours.
You should face it at you.
Yeah.
Like
I watched.
Like you're going to stick it in your throat.
I watched the stream of you two and me.
What?
The drawing of me.
That was
I
great.
watched it yesterday.
That was great. You like it? You like it?
No.
It was an accurate, I think it was a very accurate depiction.
Yeah, it is.
You guys are jerks.
What are you talking
What
about?
are you talking about? It was great.
Hey, we're just being considerate and thoughtful.
Oh,
all
really?
right? Yes,
To
we
draw
are
me?
because we want to include you.
I thought that was a very, very good picture.
Yes.
Blah, 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 blah.
Very accurate. Very accurate.
Yes,
Very
indeed.
accurate. Yeah, that's what we
Okay,
hear.
okay.
That's how you sound to us.
Interesting. Very funny. So you guys are going back to Kentucky in 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm. For Ford Fest.
For Ford Fest. So
Yeah, we
But
got to
that's-
brush up on
you're
all
not
of
doing
our.
another live stream, are you?
We're
Like
thinking
a
about
dumbed
it,
down
but
thing?
just not to the same. It'll be
Yeah.
like a carry-on package.
We're gonna have to get some like really high shorts and some tank tops that we can tie in the front.
No,
It's Ford Fest.
no, we can't
Oh,
because
I
you
thought that's how
forget.
everybody dresses.
No, because you forget. You don't want to make the same mistake Paul did with the booth, forgetting
Yeah,
about
you
how
gotta freeze your
cold
legs
it
off.
gets in there.
Oh yeah,
So-
it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool out there.
So
I might have some hoodies for us.
hey,
So I reached out, and this is side note. Totally, we're getting way off topic.
Right.
This is a product promo.
Project promo.
Product.
I'm not going to
Product.
announce the name of the company because it's one of those things like, is this really too good to be true kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a sponsor, right? But, well, he's given us some extra stuff. I may have a hookup for bash bars that are very reasonable. What the guy says is this. He sells his bash bar at a certain price that's like almost half of what a lot of other people sell with bash bars. And he said he warranties them. So if you get in an accident, he'll replace it, like almost like a Mishimoto thing.
whoa,
And I was like, what? He serialized, he puts a serial number on all his bash bars. Like I said, I'm like, is this really going to happen? I gave him a deposit. So when it comes in, he still communicates. So it's not like he dropped off the face of the earth. And he already got the email saying that, with the bash bar, what type of bash bar I want. And he's sending us 3 hoodies and some stickers that we could put on our show.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was like, I got you medium.
yeah,
Yeah. That's why I was like a medium, an XL, and I was like, I don't have triple. Like he was like, oh, I got plenty of those. I never get rid of those. Like, yeah, I got. He goes, I'm like, okay, all right. Really, really cool guy. Talks a lot, but really like cool guy, and he does a lot of stuff. We'll see. I don't want to divulge too much information.
Yeah.
But if it works out,
the part that really sticks out is that he'll replace the bash bar if you get into a crash or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like Mishimoto's.
We'll see.
thing.
Yeah, Mishimoto does that. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see when it comes in.
Mishimoto does that for your radiators.
When it comes in, and if I actually get it and it works out the way I'm hoping it works out, you guys will be the first to know.
Okay. All right.
I'll display it on here and
product demo.
demo for
We'll
sure.
break it. We'll crash. See if we get another one.
Yeah.
We'll use one of the quick jacks to
test
it out. Yeah,
Just
right?
bash the other side of my face.
I'll just hold it and then run into you.
Yeah, that works great. Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to kind of mention and highlight is that I want to be able to thank the drivers, not only for the show, great job, performance that they did throughout the whole weekend, but those that especially took the time to fill out the questionnaire.
Yes.
Because not only was it important for us to know this information to be able to announce it, but a lot of the information that was from the questionnaire, we were utilizing it for the live stream purposes.
Yes. And but like I said, going back to what I need to work on, being able to pull that information in almost like a cue card form where I could just click on the name and I can have like 5 key points. Like, because there's a lot of information there, right?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need all that information, but 5 key points that I could draw quickly, because I feel like the way the Excel sheet was laid out on my phone, it was really difficult to pull some of the funny stuff that I think that I could.
It's not meant to be viewed in that way. It's not.
You know what?
Yeah, I know.
Next time, now that I realize how fast I can do drivers, I'm just going to do the cars, and then what we could do is have an Excel sheet where he can just push the car, and then it'll pop up the data.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have a laptop. I could open up a laptop and use
I get that,
not
but
my phone.
let us figure it out.
Yeah.
Let us figure out. The thing is, I had it a certain way.
Yeah.
It just, because of the changes that had to take place on Friday, like I couldn't get around to do it how I originally intended, where if he were to change the drivers, you'd be able to see it and get that information.
Yeah.
So there was,
We couldn't sync the files, so when
But like I said, it could be totally independent of everything, where I can just, okay, that's the driver. I can click it. I don't have to wait for you guys to bring it up, because if you're doing something else and I'm waiting for you to queue up the information, I need to be able to pull the information up when I want.
I get what you mean.
I'm saying?
So Paul and I could just build something, and then we could just make a copy and put it on your laptop
my
or
laptop,
something.
so that way I can queue the information for myself, because I may want to talk about something else. For some reason, maybe you want to go back to another driver. We do it one more time, and if I see the car out there, I don't have to rely on you guys if you're doing
bring
something
your
else.
laptop, so that way
I did. I had it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
We
did have it.
should have an area for your laptop, because if we ever do it there again, we're not giving space for the judges, because the judges don't need space.
No, they can be in the other room. The other room's better anyways.
Space ourselves out and give ourselves room.
Yeah.
And not have to worry about that, because we were crammed. It's another thing, we were crammed in the corner. Like you could have a better setup by yourself. Tim could have his setup. I could have my setup.
Yeah.
And we could go. So.
Well, we live and learn.
Yeah. Also want to thank the judges.
Yeah.
Most importantly,
I think they did a good job.
were. I'm telling you, like I was just impressed, so shocked at the speed and efficiency for qualifying.
And Pat Good got to take his car around the track.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he was happy.
He was happy about that. I know that. But yeah, I want to thank him for that, because it really helped speed up the flow of the show and got through everything. And it's sort of it touched on what you were saying, how it's like these events should be no more than 2 hours just to be able to like get through everything.
Yeah.
Also
want to apologize that we didn't really get to hang out with everybody like we did last year.
Yeah.
Last year seemed like we had a little more time to hang out, but by the time we broke down everything, everybody was gone, and we were just trying to get out and get something to eat.
Yeah, we were exhausted.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a whole.
I don't think anybody was there by the time we left.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So we
ghost town.
And then we left early the next day, so it just, bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, it was a constant, just kind of, I want to say stress level, but it was just like game face mode throughout the whole time. I didn't really get any sort of relief towards until like the end, because every day it was just on like from Friday till like the end of Saturday. It was just like, okay, well, we got to work on this and this. So as soon as the event of that day was over, we just had to like quickly find something to eat, go back to the hotel to then quickly wake up. So we were just like running. I mean, I'm sure Paul was used to this already because he barely gets any sleep.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I mean, for him, he was just running regularly, but I was struggling. I don't know if you were.
I was struggling too, but
Well, you were trying to solve problems too.
Yeah, I was up before. I was the last one to fall asleep and the first one up.
And plus, we lost an hour, so we're really waking up at like 4:30 instead of 5:30. And he was the first one up almost every day.
Yeah,
and then so you're like 5:30 in the morning, we're waking up, and then getting to bed like around 1 or like 12, 1 o'clock at night. Yeah, those are long days.
Yeah, and then getting wake up calls from Paul himself. This is your wake up call.
That was me calling the hotel phone.
I left him a voicemail.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so I think it went great. I think everybody's happy, and I'm happy knowing what we're capable of and how smooth it went off, and yeah, it was good stuff.
Track crew did a great job.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
After all of the sort of setbacks and so forth, and the crashes, they try to make sure that we got back up and running quick, and then most importantly, Nick Swan.
Yeah,
just can't thank him enough for just allowing us to even be a part of this whole thing.
And keep an eye on the track. There was that one point that a guy, like an old man,
that's right,
old man, got on the track on the sweeper.
Really,
and he could have got slapped with a car. Luckily, Nick and the crew noticed, and they shut down the track before they sent any cars. But cars were ready, lined up, ready to go, and there's some old man on the track.
What?
Walking on the track.
Oh, just go on the track.
So it was interesting. But you have Formula Drift right now, Utah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but
what are you gonna show us?
I got some stuff I wanted to show everybody. I just gotta like get this like ready and queued up. No, that's not it. Hang on. I think I got it over here. Where is it?
I don't know.
There's one in particular that people have to have their ears. I found it. Okay.
Their ears.
Yeah. So this.
Okay.
Check your sound volume levels, people, because this may be loud. So let's see. That works.
There it is.
You wouldn't got. You got a photo.
The wacky waving,
Hang on.
inflatable flailing arm guy, something like that.
What the heck was
Yeah,
that?
sorry about that. I just gotta get this like queued up for everybody to be able to see. Okay, good. All right, so that's it. So to kind of quickly preface this, at the event, we were just hearing this like crazy whining siren, and we were just like for the longest time, like, what is this?
That's how they call the kids in Kentucky. They just like, come in, it's dinner time.
We were so baffled and confused, and it wasn't until like Tim went to investigate that he came back and told us, it's like, hey, you know,
it's the wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Right.
So if you ever watch Family Guy, there's like a clip on that. Wacky, wavy, inflatable arm tube man.
Right. So let's go ahead and play
this.
this.
That's a really loud supercharger.
Gabby, because Gabby was wondering what the hell it was. That's insane. That's a lot of... That was insane.
Oh man.
So so you go to LS Fest and you just see how creative people are, and every year we see something different. Like we're like, oh, here's an airplane with an LS in it. Oh, here's a jet ski with an airplane in it. The airboats we saw.
Jet ski with an airplane in it?
I mean, a jet ski with an LS in it. Sorry, jet
ski with an
LS.
airplane.
Maybe that's next year. The jet ski with an LS in it. An airplane with an LS in it. I don't know if we've seen a helicopter with an LS in it.
That's dangerous.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, you got an airplane, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, and then the airboats, and now wacky, waving, inflatable flailing arm tube man.
Yeah, I got to see this again for
What?
It's just. I don't understand. So is that on the
Exhaust.
No, it can't be the
That's
exhaust.
the exhaust.
That's no, it would melt it.
Unless they have, you think they have like a turbine or something, air turbine?
No, I think it's on the supercharger. The supercharger
What?
isn't actually blowing into the engine; it's blowing.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's what I
Oh,
thought. That's what I
maybe.
thought it was doing.
I don't know. I didn't get close enough to look at it.
Well, next year, gotta
Next
check
year,
it out.
if it's there again.
The wacky waving to flailing,
Inflatable,
man.
yeah, inflatable, flailing arm
that
two
is-
man.
Yeah.
here's something else that happened that we couldn't get around. Like, we didn't get enough time to kind of like set this up.
Oh, this was cool. Yeah,
What was this?
this is, you'll see. When we're getting ready to interview Dirk Stratton, look at the man coming up behind him.
No. You're spotting the trailer. That's what you're looking at. Nice.
He was like, what am I looking at? That was good. That was well played, Jonathan Derrick. Well played, Jonathan.
Trailer is what you're looking
He's like, what am I looking at? He's like, you're spotting a trailer. That's what you're looking at. That was funny. That was good. That was
yeah,
good.
That was good. Yeah.
That would have really been cool to see them battle it out. Unfortunately,
They would have too. That's
Yeah,
the thing. Yeah.
what else you got queued up here? Oh,
Oh,
that was the fastest car, right?
That was the fastest car. Yeah. And he hit over. He knocked over a cone.
Something there, and then they have
Drag racing.
drag racing. Kind of like show people all the different things that we
I
we
took
in
some
this.
B-rolls. Was this the B-roll I took?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This was on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. They had some pretty fast cars there.
Yeah, dude.
And that drag strip is literally backs up to the drift course. So, and the abundance of people wearing black shirts. It's like all car guys wear black shirts. That's funny. Yep.
Us included.
Yes.
Hope it didn't help that Holley supplied black shirts.
Yeah. It's just added to the magic. Lassitude. Is that what it says?
What's that on the left?
Gremlin?
Okay. Yeah.
Is that Gremlin or Pacer? We had that whole discussion.
Yeah,
no, the
right.
Pacer was the other. It was on
Yeah.
the burnout comp, I think.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's they're almost there. You got the first staging light. Now the second staging lights. Now they're in the.
Seven, eight.
8-1.
Was that 9-1 or 8? No,
9-1, yeah.
Almost
Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of people walking around, a lot of vendors, and that was Friday. That wasn't even a busy day.
Right.
Yeah, there was a lot of numbers. There was a lot of all this stuff. That truck. They even had like 350Z LS swap like kits and stuff.
Yeah, they had a lot of stuff.
No, so these are some of the cars from the car show.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
There are some of the notable ones. You can see some of the builds.
Twin turbo.
Yeah, it's quite
Yeah,
a
it's a
surprise.
shame we didn't really get a bunch of chance to walk around the car show, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just so much going on. It's hard to see everything. And I don't think, I mean, if you want to go watch the off-roading course too, it's like you have to
Yeah,
really.
we totally missed the off road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably pretty cool too.
Yeah. What can you do? There was a lot of nice cars.
Yeah, there was a lot of cars, you know, just
Yep.
a lot of cars. Oh, well, look at that old Corvette. It's just a nice venue too. It's a lot of tree cover, so you kind of get shade.
And you have a theme park there, which is
Yeah.
odd. Right,
It's
water
crazy.
park,
Water
a roller
park,
coaster.
A roller coaster. There's
Yeah,
really just a lot. You could just spend all day there. Right?
Yeah.
It's just not. It's just the food. They can just amp up the food.
They just work on the food.
Yeah. Oh, I saw this and I really like the way how this.
Donk is set up?
No, well, yeah, the donk.
Oh, the
That's my favorite. Donk all day for sure. Look at that. Look at that beauty.
Look at them rims, cuh.
Oh man.
Man, that's it. That all day, man. I'm telling you, like, one of my dream setup
Is that?
is to get a donk and drift it. That's one of my dream setups.
there was pretty close. The
Pretty
Monte
close,
Carlo
right?
was pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it
okay. I know
was.
what you're talking about. Yeah. Look at this E30 here.
Yeah.
I figured Tim like this.
Yeah.
I mean, the engine bay is clean.
Yeah.
I don't
If
know
I
what I
had
can
the
say about the
money,
rest
if I
of the
had the
car,
money.
but
Had the money and the time.
yeah, look at that.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
looks
supercharged.
good, yeah.
Holy cow.
Looks
Jeez.
good.
This thing's got way too much power.
Paul, did you have an E30?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was a lot of stuff going on.
There's a boat.
Yeah, there was a boat. Boat.
You go up to the boat, huh?
It's a really short boat.
Fancy boat.
Yeah, look at that friggin' Ellis in there. That thing probably rips.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Fancy. Final one.
What's this one? Well, that's the same, pretty much.
Oh,
same
that's
video.
right. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And there's Pat's car right there, right? The white car right in the back.
And there's Zach Pollock.
Yep. There's B. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. I don't know what it was holding something.
Yeah. And then this
I was
is
holding
kind of
the
like a
Oh, you got a
overview
drone.
of the track.
Oh, you got your drone up?
Yeah, this is like on
Thursday?
I forget,
On Thursday.
Wednesday, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you can kind of get an overhead view of like how
That's
the whole
before everybody was there. Oh,
Yep. Yeah, there's a track. There's a Holley trailer. Car pits are right over somewhere back here, and it just goes everywhere. Then the drag strip is
Right there.
Yep.
down there to the left. So yeah, kind of gives you a good idea of like
What
the
track
overview of
setup
the
is.
place. And it's just like a small like area, I guess you could
Yeah.
say, because the whole venue is just like massive.
Yeah, it's pretty big, yeah.
It's definitely massive. But
It's like walking over to the like Tim said, walking over to the off road, and it's like that's a track.
Yeah. Yeah.
so gentlemen, lessons learned, I guess, right? A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just wow. It was like wow. Look what can be done with just a couple guys and a couple cameras, and then laptop and then,
Yeah, no, not a whole rig. I mean, just a couple carry-on luggages. And,
Checked in.
a couple check-in bags.
Yeah,
and
and it was better than those. I mean, it was almost
Careful.
No. I'm saying like some of the streams that we did at Clutch Kickers, like at the end there, were not as nice. There was a whole much more involved.
production, yeah, a lot more
Like,
production.
They had like 18 monitors when you walked into that room.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it was like it really almost at that level.
I mean, I can't criticize. I'm just sort of like, I know the struggle. I understand the struggle. So I for anybody, any sort of production out there that's struggling, I empathize with them because it's not easy.
It's always a struggle. It's always, and as you, every step you take to make it more, or every step you take it to make it better, adds another layer of complication to cause a problem, right? So
Right.
It's much easier for you just to throw a camera up and just live stream that than have 3 cameras, 4 cameras, then graphics,
track audio, and
track
graphics,
audio,
and
yeah,
announcing,
it's like,
and
it's
PA has to also play out to the live audience as well.
yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we tested and we didn't get to do that I was just sort of iffy about. But Paul was like, I got this. I'm like, okay, if you got it, you got it.
Yeah, that worked, but We didn't use it,
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
but at least we know it's possible, it's capable, and so forth.
Yeah.
Any major items before we wrap up?
No, I mean, you got Formula Drift going on right now. I just got word that Ben Hobson won Pro Spec.
Hey.
First.
Oh,
And
good.
I think that is the end, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. He won.
So so he's gonna be. He should be in the next Pro 1, right?
If he wants to, yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
Well, you got
Doesn't have to
Dimitri.
go.
Dimitri's still Pro Spec, and he won 3 times or 4 times, or however many
Yeah. Well,
times.
so why isn't he moving up? Maybe he doesn't feel like he'll do as good.
I don't know. To me, looking at those guys yesterday while they were driving, it looked like they had all the horsepower, but just none of the grip because of the tire. They had limited on tire. So they kept on flying off track. Like Zendara Kennedy went off track both, I think almost both times, if not both times. Connor O'Sullivan, he incomplete, didn't qualify.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
he
he fell
got
off
double
track.
zero.
Wow.
He fell off track. It's not because it's just they don't have the grip to keep it in. They're flying. They're going as fast as the pros. It's just
Right.
they can't keep it in on the track because they don't have the grip, and that's really the tire. And I was telling Gabriel the other day, I said, I think really the only difference you have between Pro Spec and Pro, I mean, as far as the car really's capabilities, is the freaking tire. The horsepower isn't that much. I mean, Ben Hobson has 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
But what kind of tire is he running?
He only allowed to run I think they're only allowed to run a 255 or something like that. Or
Oh, wow.
They're a very small tire.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're on butter, So and they can only run one tire brand. So yeah, it's if they just there's not enough differentiation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they need to make Pro Spec a different spec. I don't know what they were trying to do with the steering column and the brake pedals and all that type of thing. It's like that seems stupid. Like nobody's winning because they have a stock steering column or have an aftermarket steering column. The difference is the horsepower difference. The freaking cars are like they should limit the horsepower for Pro Spec like 500. That should be the limit.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have these 1,000 horsepower cars on there because literally the same car. Just let him run Pro. Just let Ben Hobson do Pro. Like why? Put him on the bigger tire. Let him run Pro.
Yeah.
And the problem is, like, there's a lot of Pro Spec drivers. Like, if all those guys should be like, there's a lot of them that did very well. Like Andy Haitley is doing freaking awesome.
Yeah. Ever since he went to the E46 chassis,
doing freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Like he should be back in Pro.
Yeah.
Back in Pro.
Where did he end up?
He's in
I don't know what he finished at, but when he qualified was like fourth or third or fifth or something.
He went
like
up
that.
against Jaden Martirana.
He did.
The first, I think. Yeah. When I saw the degree, I think that was his first battle.
Yeah, Jaden completed on his first run and was able to get
Score.
a score. Yeah. But yeah, he fell off the track too. His car that new car looks pretty crazy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he driving?
We've got a new Corvette.
Oh.
He had somebody else build him a Corvette.
Wait, so Jackson Performance isn't involved anymore?
No.
Oh.
I don't think it has his name on it.
Well, he has two different. So there's a place in Canada that built him a vet, and then he has the one from Jackson. So I don't know.
But he's competing now in the one from
Canada.
Yeah.
Canada.
Canada. So
Wow.
yeah, very fast. It looked like a really nice car. So he did well, and yeah, I don't know. It just to me, it's like there's not enough. They need to separate those cars a little bit more. The ability of the car is about the same as the Pro. It just doesn't have the grip. So I don't know.
Yeah, I had talking about that. There was a strange report that somebody went around the pits and changed everybody's suspension.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I saw it posted somewhere. Like I just remember now that there was like it started off with like they were saying like, oh, like keep an eye out or be careful, and
That'll
then
get you
I looked
shot.
further into it, and it was that apparently there's an allegation. No, I mean I'm just gonna keep it that way because of course, and they're alleging that somebody went around in the pit area and adjusted people's
This
suspensions.
is at FD.
That's at Formula Drift, yeah.
Pro
I don't know.
Spec?
I don't know to what extent.
Spec? Oh.
I don't know if they did it to all of the cars, Pro Spec and Pro, or just a subset of cars, or if it's just pro spec only.
You're just talking about turning the dampers?
Probably.
Yeah, but I don't know, like just adjust them back. Like
Yeah, just
Yeah, if you know where they're set, then you can just check it before you go. No big deal. But if
Right.
there's other stuff like toe in, toe out, and you're going out there.
yeah, hit a tie rod with a sledgehammer. That's not cool.
or a quick jack.
Or quick,
Yeah.
yeah, quick jack.
Well played, my friend. Well played. Well played.
Quick jack. Woo! You had that one loaded.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Well. Wow. Okay. I just noticed there's a comment. I don't know the tire. DCS/4/A says, I don't know the tire limit. I think works well for pro spec. He feels
Yeah,
like
I'm not against the tire limit. What I'm saying is that the only thing that's holding those cars back is the tire. I think those are more car than for the tire. Like they don't need that much.
I can see that.
He doesn't need 1,000 horsepower for that tire.
So
So
they should limit
They
horsepower
should
also.
limit the horsepower down.
If they're gonna limit tire
they're
limit horsepower.
overdoing that. I mean, they're killing those tires. The tires are just freaking. The tires can't survive that car. That's what I'm saying. The car is too much for the tire, and that's what I'm saying. It's like when you take that car, the only thing that doesn't make it a pro car really is the tire. You put pro tires on it, boom, it's a pro car. It's like literally. I mean, obviously, it's got a stock steering rack. It's got link ECU, which is made that they have to have. They have stock pedal assembly. And that, but I mean, nobody's like that's. You're not going to make or break you. The car engine horsepower is going to make or break you. You can see that with Luke Fink. Luke Fink can't compete with a 400 horsepower car against an 800 horsepower car, even if he has the same tires and everything else. And he's obviously has the driving skill. You just can't. There's a certain point where the car is too much. You know, can't out drive the car.
Well, maybe I'm just thinking like maybe that's the plan for Ben Hobson, where all he needs to do is just worry about changing the tire because the car is already a pro car.
Yeah.
So now all he needs to do is just change the tire and then work around that when he's already used to the car because the car is already set up for
The car
a
has
pro
1,000 horsepower.
pro competition.
Yeah, what is it like? Did he say it was 255? I forgot what it was.
I forget either. But
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine like 1,000 horsepower on a 255? Freaking Gabriel's 475 and he's running 285s. Freaking guy. He's like, 265's not enough, bro. I need 285. I need more grip, bro. It's like, come on.
Well, he didn't have the grip at qualifying. So maybe he's right.
That's why he wants those 285s. You know, that's thing that's coming up next.
Yeah,
Next weekend.
Next weekend.
Next
yeah,
weekend.
I don't know if I'm going to go.
Oh, we need to
Oh,
go.
you wanna go?
Because one Chanao isn't going to be there for him
What time's the competition?
early.
So yeah, I mean, I have
You
to.
have that-
I have to
thing.
work. I have to
Yeah,
work
shoot.
until like 1:00 in West Palm.
Competition starts at like, I think 6 or something like that.
6 in the morning,
6 in the afternoon.
6 in the
I mean,
you could do it.
Yeah, I could make it then. Yeah, if I'd spot for Gabby.
You could do it.
You can't spot for Gabby. You'd drive.
No, he already told me.
I'd spot for
He
Gabby.
said, no, not you. I'm trying to get Ben, but Ben won't do it. So,
I've already asked for too many days off,
yeah.
so I definitely can't. But Tim, if you do it, let us know how it goes.
Yeah, I will.
I mean, try to contain yourself.
Yeah,
Be patient. Be patient, Tim.
I will. I'm pretty patient. I'm a patient person. You don't think so?
It depends on certain things.
Oh, you're saying Gabby will push my patience. Is what you're trying to say?
No.
The garbanzos.
There will be other factors that will push your patience.
What he said he wants is what he said he
I'll
wants.
tell you off air.
Okay.
Well, go ahead.
No, what Gabby said he wants. He says he wants to know when he's getting ready for a battle what he should do for this individual that she's going up against. He doesn't want anything. He doesn't want to know what he has to do. He just want to know like what do I should expect from this guy.
See, that's the thing is I won't be there in time to be able to see that.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, maybe I
So-
can go up.
I think you have time. I feel like you have time, Tim.
No, to watch all the other drivers.
I feel like you have time.
okay.
I have a feeling you'll have time.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
We could also watch. We could also watch the live stream on the way up there.
Yeah.
That's true too. Yeah, you can.
So
I didn't think about that.
Because it's what is it here? So next weekend is Pro-Am round 3. And yeah, qualifying starts at 1. So yeah, by the time we get there, yeah, we'll be fine. Qualifying will be finished around 7 or something like that. No, competition is supposed to start at 6. Yeah, so you're fine.
qualifying starts at 1.
Qualifying starts at 1.
Oh, okay.
Competition starts at 6.
Yeah, because so we'll be in West Palm, so it's 2-hour drive from West Palm.
Okay.
So we should be able to make it there by 3-ish, 3:30. Get Gabby 4:30. Probably have the gear and be able to talk to him, and watch some practice or whatever, and then yeah.
Yeah, because
And they're doing the oval.
Yeah.
Yes, they're doing the oval.
Okay.
Because Juan Hanao won't be there for him. So.
Right.
Okay. Well,
So-
it's up to Gabby.
Right.
No, he said he needs
That's-
somebody.
Well, I know, but
Right.
maybe he found somebody already. Maybe Chico gonna come lie down.
No, I don't think so.
I was just gonna say what you could do is just ignore what Gabby says and just tell him what he needs to do. So, for instance, for qualifying, just don't hit the zones. Just put a score out there.
No,
Doesn't matter.
You can't tell Gabby what to do.
But you need to tell Gabby
But he doesn't
what
work
to do.
like that. No, he is his
Well,
own.
it's not working out for him.
He's going to do what he wants to do. It's like I've been trying to tell him that. So you can't tell Gabriel what to do. You tell him what the other guy's going to do. And that's what he needs.
All right, look, listen. We're gonna spend another hour
Yeah. Let's wrap
going,
it up. Let's wrap it up.
wrapping our heads around this.
We have
trying
some
to,
off-camera stuff we need to talk
yeah,
about.
exactly.
Oh, we do?
There's a lot. Yes,
Well,
indeed,
I mean,
but-
so there's a lot of stuff going on
Yeah,
in my head
but look,
that the locals don't need to hear about.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, there's a bunch of events happening, as you mentioned. This weekend, Formula Drift, the Drift Masters also happening at the same time. And then next weekend, Pro-Am, and then the following after that.
It's a 255, 35, 18.
Yeah,
So
okay.
anyways,
you got it in there,
yeah, we got it.
255s.
Good.
All right,
Yeah,
good.
good.
All right. And then 2 weeks from now, I think, give or take,
Ford Fest.
yeah, we'll be at Ford Fest. More detailed information will pop up on our socials in regards to what kind of coverage we'll do. But in the meantime, we appreciate all the support, everybody who tuned in, liked, shared, and kind of tuned in and was a part of this whole madness that was LS Fest this past weekend. Truly appreciate it. Can't say that enough. Until then, take care and good night.